Internet, good morning. My name is Magnitude. Welcome back to another Pokemon Sword and Shield. I got it right this time, didn't say Sun and Moon. Base stat prediction video. Love doing these. Last week's got some solid responses. I do love comments, so I want you guys to comment your thoughts below. I bet you the first thing you're looking at these stats go and say, what the fuck are you smoking? You can't smoke crack and then make a YouTube video. And I disagree. I think you can smoke crack, make a YouTube video. Not that I would know anything about smoking crack and making a YouTube video, but I just think that people have done it. There are probably videos on YouTube of people smoking crack while making a YouTube video. So they're probably actually them because they're smoking crack. Don't do drugs, guys. You'll get demonetized on the internet. I think that's a more real and visceral kind of punishment for a lot of people out there, because jail, what's jail with all the for-profit prisons and overcrowding due to way too many drug criminalization charges, mostly meant to keep poor people and minorities in jail because the system is stacked against them. So we're talking about Pokemon here. Pokemon, that's where we gotta go. Corviknight. So like I said, I bet you're looking at my base stat distribution and you're wondering, what is this? Why are you doing this? What possessed you to do this? So it's one part. These are stats based on its description of the Pokemon and the description of what the Pokemon is based off of. And another part, I think it'd be kind of cool to have a Pokemon like this. And if it's going to exist, I think this is the best Pokemon to give that shell. So Corviknight is based off of the English Western Jackdaw. Did a little research. They're highly intelligent. They've been observed using tools. They eat pretty much anything, and they eat garbage and trash. They build nests of sticks and cavities and trees and cliffs for building, so they're birds in that regard. Let's see, what else? They gregarious and vocal, living in small groups of complex social structures in farmland, open woodland, and coastal cliffs, and in urban settings. I'm not sure why I added that last part. I think it's kind of cool. Just the idea of just seeing like these flock of these things, like, I don't know, arguing about bird politics while like hammering a nail to build a birdhouse. Maybe they're, I don't know, you can get like 9 of them together to like a Corviknight Amish community and they raise barns together. I don't know. But let's just run down quickly its base stats. So it's got, this is my all predictions: HP 92, attack 77, defense 113, special attack 41, special defense 94, speed 109. It's flying steel, much like Skarmory. Now, Skarmory is like the poster child for what is bulk. You ask what's a fat thing. You go, remember guys, Skarmbliss? You guys remember Skarmbliss? And then Infernape came out and was like, nah, I'm good. I got this. So I think Corviknight is going to have sort of the same structure, but a little bit of a twist on it. So in my head, I have this image of a fast Pokemon that's also good defensively. And that is tough to do on its own, because generally when we think of like bulk or just kind of defenses, you think of a big fat slow mon. So how can one mon do both of those? And I think Corviknight, if any Pokemon's going to do it, it's going to be Corviknight. And this is why I think these stats are the stats. So its feathers and armor on its head resembles Knight's armor. But it's not actually Knight's armor. It resembles it, and the Pokemon, I believe, is not that heavy. It's 7'3", 165. So that's you can't even play a 4 when you're that size. You're like a stretch 3 at best. You're never gonna have an inside game. So it's big, but it's not very heavy because it's Steel type. So I'm hoping that we take into consideration its structure, its bone structure, its wing structure, its helmet head structure, to give the appearance that of a Knight, plus its Steel typing. I think it has the capacity to be both fast and bulky, because I think it's going to be more defensive just because of the fact that it is going to have those characteristics on it. I think most Steel types generally have are more defensive than not anyway, except if you're Kartana. But it's like he's like scissors, whatever. But I think Corviknight is going to exhibit characteristics that are going to allow it to be defensive. So let's just get with each individual stat. So HP of 92. And so when I hear a mon is intelligent, I like to usually equate that with HP. Either intelligent or like hungry. Because you get things like, like Snorlax, it's hungry, it's got a lot of HP. But for whatever reason in my mind, because I imagine HP with survivability. So in its Jackdaws, like their description of what they are, mentions that they are intelligent and they like to work in groups. So I like to imagine that Corviknight has the ability to stay alive a little longer because it uses that intelligence, thus a 92. A comparative mon, Hydreigon, also has 92 base HP, and Hydreigon can play a bulky role. So like I mentioned before, I don't think it's going to be that offensive. I think it's going to be the first ever hybrid defensive fast mon with not a lot of offensive capabilities. So I have it having 77. And I could be so wrong, but I mostly just want this to be a thing, and I think Corviknight is one of the best candidates for it to be a thing. So attack of 77, not very good. You know, it could really ruin your beach day. It can probably, you know, if you're hanging a flag out front of your house, it can probably run through the flag and take the flag down. But 77 is on par with Aurorus, the offensively physical juggernaut, swap those words. Galvantula, again, not very, it's known for its special attack. And then Tranquil, not Unpheasant, but Tranquil. So not a very high attack stat. But now we go to defense of 113, and that he's going to sit alone in that regard. So being a steel type, again, I think he's got a natural physical bulk, and I think it's going to be able to use that effectively in order to survive. I'm hoping. So other contemporaries, I used that word last time, are Durant has a 112 defense, and then the next thing after that is Tangela at 115. So Corviknight will be the first Pokemon with 113 base defense, and I think it's going to serve it well, being like Skarmory minus, but you know, with some speed thrown in there. Special attack is going to be 41. Why even bother? The stats shouldn't exist for this Pokemon. The stat is stupid, and it's on par with Stunky, not Stunfisk, Stunky. So what hidden power is not going to be a thing. It's just going to be a mon to take hits and hopefully do a little quick movement. Maybe it'll get parting shot. That'd be kind of fun, right? So special defense is going to be 94. Not as high as defense, but again, it's a steel type. We keep going back to that steel typing. It's going to put it at 94. And it's going to give it enough special defense, plus it's, you know, mildly okay HP stat to really have an option to, especially given its speed, which we'll get to in a minute. Maybe it can be a nice, I don't know, quick assault vest user with some U-turns and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just, you know, just all of it is just prediction and thought. So 94, it's going to give it just the ability to sponge some extra special hits, and come out of that HP stat shouldn't be too bad. But 94, other mons with 94 is just Heliolisk, just 94. But Mandibuzz is 95, and Mandibuzz, as we know, it's a solid defensive mon who's also a flying type, not a dark type, but a flying type. So, you know, he's got a parallel there, right? Well, finally, let's go to speed of 109. It's going to allow it to outspeed a good portion of things, and it's going to allow it to, you know, come in, take a hit, and then, you know, maybe threaten some Scarf Mons, because it's not going to immediately die to something that still might, might be faster than it. But so this stat distribution, I guess what I'm trying to say, is that it's a good mon to go and test against. It would be a good mon to go against test Scarfers and choice mons, because it's going to have enough speed where if they're not a Scarf, you'll be able to outspeed them, but you won't have the fear of dying to a possibly choice hit because of its impressive defenses and bulk. So it'll have the opportunity and the option to be like a scouter, and they said offensively not that great, but so 109 is going to be its speed, and again, Heliolisk making an appearance also at 109. Durant, we saw Durant earlier with the defense, and Alolan Ninetales also at 109. So that's going to put it at a base stat total of 526. There are no Pokemon with base stat total of 526, but there are Pokemon around it. A Pokemon that gets used often, especially in draft leagues and in regular standard ladder play, Jolteon's at 525. Jolteon, obviously, I mean, it gets that skewed speed special attack, so we get that. But, you know, this base stat total isn't the kiss of death for it. And Emboar is the next thing at 528. So there's no 526 or no 527. Emboar is just a high HP, high attack pig that shoots fire from itself and then hits you with its fiery self. Corviknight's not going to be that cool. It's not going to be able to do fire things. Maybe it will. Who knows? I don't know. These are all predictions. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I want your predictions as well. I want you guys to tell me why I'm the dumbest man who ever lived, or I want you guys to tell me why I am the second coming of whatever the Pokemon equivalent of Isaac Newton is. Whatever kind of savant that would be. Let me know, guys. Comment below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more, and I'll see each and every one of you all next time. Good night.